Hello and welcome to another episode of the Middle Order Cricket Podcast. We're doing a very special one today with the PSL 2021 preview. I'm joined by supporters of several of the teams competing. We've got Khizar backing Lahore. We've got Waqas Mahmood backing Multan. Izzy, who's backing Islamabad United. And we've got our executive consultant to analyse the teams, Farrakh, Ashraf. Let's move on to Multan Sultans. Waqas, tell me why Multan are going to win this year and give me your star players.
Basically, so they finished group winners last year. They lost the eliminator. They've got a good coach, Andy Flower. They've got a good squad. I mean, if you look at the squad just now, they've got the players such as Shahid Afridi, Imran there, probably the most experienced spinners they've got there. If you look at James Vince, he's in an outstanding form as well. You look at is it Chris Lynn, BBL. He had a great series there, and also not just that PSL as well. I feel as if they've got a really good squad with the likes of Carlos Brathwaite. If you remember him back in 2016, he put.
Has he done anything since then?
Eh?
Has he done anything since then?
Since then, few innings, I'll say.
Few innings in 5 years.
Sorry.
Few innings in 5 years.
I've still got faith in him. I've still got faith in him. They've got, Rizwan as a new captain. He's done well as a T20 innings against South Africa. Now, obviously going on to PSL, a captain. I've still got faith in him. But I think overall, they've got a good batting attack. Bowling, I would say they've got Soilton Veer, I would say still experienced. Usman Gadar coming in from that brilliant series against South Africa in the T20 series. So I would say overall, they've got a chance this year. They've got a good squad. For me, definitely it'll be Multan there for me.
And you just mentioned that some of their spinners. They've got probably the best leg spin trio of any team 100%. In the world. Probably Shahid Afridi, Imran Tahir, and Usman Qadir. Give me a comment on. Do you think all three could play together?
Yeah, why not? I mean, of course. I mean, Usman Qadir, I would say, is newish now. Obviously, coming into the international, he's played PSL before, but I feel Shahid Afridi, Imran Tahir will back him up. They are probably the most two experienced spinners right now in the team, and they've done really well for their international team, like Pakistan and South Africa. If you look at Pakistan, Shahid Afridi, for example, he's done really well. So of course, why not? They could go with three spinners, and yeah, I would say they've got the best probably spinners right now compared to another team.
And you also mentioned the Mohammad Rizwan taking over the captaincy. It's a bit unfair on Shan Masood, having finished top of the table last year, having to relinquish the captaincy.
I think overall, with Rizwan, he's performed really well in the South Africa tour, and Andy Flower did say, I've got faith in this guy. This guy can do well, because if you remember, he did well, and he captained Pakistan as well. But I know this is a different format and is a 20 over. I feel that he can do it. He's a great player. He's turned out to be a great player. A lot of people said, this guy's not going to be good, or this guy's not going to do well. Overall, in the South Africa tour, he's done well. So that would probably give him the momentum. But overall, I think being a captain, I think he's going to do well. It is a bit unfair. I can get, Shan was getting captain taken off him, but I feel as if obviously Andy Flower said, we've got faith in this guy, and this guy can, win it for us, of course.
And in Andy Flower, you've probably got one of the better coaches, or at least one of the most well thought of coaches in the league.
Yeah, he's a great coach. He's doing well. I mean, I was watching a few of the video clips there. He was saying that the team's doing well, and I feel as if they've got a very experienced coach there, Andy Flower. So he is up there, definitely. Yeah.
Farrakh, Multan are the newest of the teams in the PSL. Just your general thoughts over their performances so far in the league, and can they finally?
Yes. So as you say, one of the newest teams. I think change of ownership as well in 2018. So the original owners didn't pay their fees, so new owners came in. I think they potentially could, but let's face it, this is Dad's army, right? This team, it's just a bunch of old guys. You've got Imran Tahir, Shahid Afridi, Sohail Khan, Imran Khan Jr., Sohail Tanveer. It's probably the oldest squad in the tournament. And I think, we're talking about not looking in the past. We talk about all these guys another year down. Are they actually up to it? Can they go the whole way? Because they say last time they were at the top, then we came to the crunch time, they couldn't get over the line. I think the point on Rizwan is really interesting. But the question would be from me, is he going to be the captain, or is this ultimately going to be the Shahid Afridi show, given his experience and the respect within the team? Is that going to have an issue within how things operate? But I think, very experienced side, but I don't know. I would have preferred more of a mix between kind of youth and experience, and that might create some issues.
Waqas, if you had to pick one player that's going to be the star performer for Multan this year, who would it be?
For me, I'm going to go for Shahid Afridi.
Khizar, do you agree? You're a big fan?
Always agree. Look, Shahid Afridi's got a lot of experience behind him, but he's still got the fitness. We saw him play recently and he's still performing, and he said he's going to continue to play for a couple of years if given the opportunity. I don't see an issue of him playing under other people. What the issue I see in that team is that you've got three spinners that you need to try and accommodate. The only way you can really accommodate all three, and it would be great to see three leg spinners play, unlikely, but the only way it's going to happen is if Shahid Afridi bats in the top five.
Yeah,
he doesn't like batting before the 13th over. He says he sees his role as coming in at that point with a bit of a base set for him to kick on. But I think, as you mentioned, it's a lot of experience or an aging team. He's got to take that role so they can get the right balance in the team.
Is there any performers in that Multan team that scare you?
Well, Rizwan's going with momentum with the internationals that he's just played. So I'd be saying from an opposition point of view, he's a key wicket at the top. Key wickets at the top, if you're the bowling team, is pretty vital, especially within the power play. Sets you up for the rest of the innings. So if I'm looking from an opposition point of view, I'm thinking, you know what, let's get this guy out. Just with obviously with his performances in recent times. And looking at the top of the Multan Sultans batting lineup is where oppositions will be looking to target. In terms of the rest of the team, bowling is slightly one-dimensional for me, even though there's different types of leg spinners in there. Don't see a lot of variation. And of course, as mentioned, it is an aging group, but they seem pretty settled. Are they going to go on to win? I don't have them down as one of my teams that I would say, okay, this team is going to stand up and win. Just on the basis that it seems as if it's going to be a mid-table type team.
Okay, Izzy, let's move. Oh, sorry, Khizar.
I've got a question just there on the Multan Sultans team. We've got Rizwan coming in, a guy who was kept out last year. They didn't think he would play in the PSL or he had much to offer. He's proved that he does have something to offer. You've got him at the top of the order, and you've also got another opener, which is who you could say in Shan Masood is very similar, as in, they're not the explosive hit sixes type of batsman. You've got those two guys at the top of the order. Because are you happy with that in your team, or would you like to see maybe one of them move down the order?
I would probably put Mohammad Rizwan an opener, but I would probably put Shan Masood down. I would probably put James Vincent an opener. I feel
what about Riley Russo? Is he not in the squad as well?
Sorry?
Riley Russo, he's in the squad, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in the squad. I prefer James Vince. I've seen him bat for England, and the guy is he can hit. So for me, it would be James Vince and Mohammad Rizwan as opening. I would probably put Shan Masood down. I've watched Multans last year. Shan Masood he's not like a kind of player that's going to go hit a sixer or whatever. He's not that kind of player.
I'm sure he'll thank you, Waqas, for taking the captaincy away and his opening slot.
Just one quick question before we do move on. Just one quick question for Waqas. So if you're moving Shan Masood down, I mean, is it not a case of if he's not opening, he should not be in the playing 11?
Yeah,
I agree.
Now we've chucked him out of the team.
He batted at 3 on a few occasions last year, and he looked out of place. He didn't look like he could.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Think about it.
So
if they lose a quick wicket, he's going to come in. He's not going to up the run rate. So he either opens or he doesn't play. I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he gets the spot in the team if he's not opening, and he's not he's not in the top two options right now. So yeah, as Waqas said, he's lost his captaincy, and he might have lost his place in the team as well.
Hey, let's not talk about him anymore. By the end of this conversation, he won't have a kachcha to wear. That's the end of this part of the preview. Join us for the next episode where we'll cover Islamabad United.